What is up, guys? Back here with another video. My friends Alec and Eric. We're at Alec's house right now. We're going to be reacting to a scary video. Top 15 scariest YouTube videos.
Okay. With links.
With links, yes.
Don't forget the links.
Number 15, Obey the Walrus. This video obtained its fame a while back from the confusing and creepy vibe it radiates. It's a very old video, and the quality shows that. It features very creepy and childish music that plays over footage of a transvestite wearing a pink dress and walking around in a distorted manner. Towards the end, we get a zoom in of the person's expressionless face before we are faced with a photo of a walrus. The video originally surfaced with the same title in a Spanish language. People began creating reaction videos, which usually went one of two ways. Either they laughed uncontrollably, or they were frozen with fear. The video soon came with a myth that it was created by a Latin American cult known as La Morsa, aka the Walrus, and it is said that bad things would happen after watching the video. Again, there has been research put into this video that found it was actually just footage used from the actor's life documentary titled The Goddess Bunny. The actor is named Johnny Baima, and he suffers from polio. He has spoken about going through a lot of sexual abuse as a child, and irrelevantly becoming a drag queen model. Chances are that someone just took footage from his film, made it creepy or funny, depending how you see it, and posted it for attention. As for the differing feelings that come alongside this video, it's actually very psychological. The color scheme that the video is set in, the tune of music, and the unknowingness of what is happening tampers with the way our brain processes things and leads to different people having different reactions. No matter the truth behind this video, the fear that it pulls out of some people is very real.
Why would you even want to react to this?
I Feel Fantastic.
Oh, whoa. Okay, now this is...
Yet another viral and terrifying video that graced YouTube. This one is a blonde robot in the middle of what is probably a living room, singing a strange and high-pitched song that includes the lyrics, "I feel fantastic," and to top off the creep factor, "Please leave, run, run, run."
Okay. Oh, man.
The robot does change positions a few times, and towards the end, she's even in a new outfit. It should be mentioned that midway through the strange music video, there's a random shot of the backyard. The earliest upload of this was in 2009. Many people began saying that the robot was created by a serial killer, as some form of statue bride. The shot to the backyard was allegedly a shot of where the killer buried his victims, and the things the robot sings are to reflect what the killer wishes his victims would have said while being murdered. This mostly came about because the description on the video tells about the story in Greek mythology of Pygmalion, a man who made a statue bride because he was so fed up with the impure women that surrounded him. However, the true story behind this strange singing robot is actually a lot less creepy. Well, it's still kind of weird. This was all actually a music project done by John Bergeron. Back in 2004, he built this android.
John Bergeron?
Yeah,
that's the guy from,
no, he used to host American
continued to sell the videos online. So this probably came from
now
someone who was crazy enough to make a purchase, as there has never been proof of him having a YouTube account. This was actually a brilliant idea that wound up being horribly executed. As for the strange cutscene to the backyard, it's still unexplained, but it was most likely just an attempt to add some cinematic beauty. You probably won't stop it. The video starts out with a crummy old-school VHS warning, which is followed by on-screen text that reads, "A video cassette was found in a pile of rubble on the ruins of a certain blue planet. What you are about to witness will not be the contents of the aforementioned cassette. This is an entirely different recording. which is shown next to what could be the intro to a very low-budget children's show, as it features cartoon characters, bright colors, and displays the title,
Let's Make
a New Friend. However, not long into the video, screaming begins. Like uncontrollable, someone is about to get murdered type screaming.
What the fudge?
We see a few more trippy shots with tons more screaming and overly
It's like
happy
somebody's
background music.
way
and the
too
video
high.
ends.
And then
Rumors
he's dreaming of
immediately
Barney.
began spreading that the video was actually once footage from a popular Japanese rape murder case. Apparently, the cartoon footage.
Yeah, let's.
This popular video
Yeah.
is based on an even more popular creepypasta. It's probably been seen by many. It involves a YouTube channel by the name of Username666. The person
more.
controlling the computer finds that the account has been suspended. Then they go on to refresh about 50 times. Things start to become redder and redder, and the majority of the text becomes 666. One more refresh leads to the account with videos of twisting and disturbing babies, as well as a woman drowning. This video is obviously created solely for the creepypasta, and it's not real whatsoever. If you look up the channel though, it does say it has been suspended. This implies that the channel did exist at one point. Well, it could have been a demonic and truly freaky account. There's no proof for that. That aside, however, the thought is still terrifying. Plus, there are several softwares and programs that can be used to replicate this effect for scaring
Okay, let's skip
friends.
to the next one,
Or,
'cause it takes
you know,
way too
whatever
long
you
to
would
explain.
need that for.
Please
Is
don't be
creepier
ghosts.
than it needs to be. As you will see, there is a small child that seems to have their body painted a dark orange. The child is sporting green hair and some sort of magical horn. Meanwhile, the woman next to the child, possibly a mother, makes loving gestures towards the child before letting a tissue fly into the air. All the while, this creepy slow song is playing in the back. Kleenex released this commercial in mid-1986 and
What?
it immediately received
That's a
negative
commercial?
feedback. People claimed that the song in the background was a Russian demonic ritual chant that sang about dying. There were also numerous claims that the commercial would change depending on what time of day it was shown. For example, in the afternoon, it would be overall normal, but if it ever aired past midnight, it was distorted and even more terrifying. After becoming fed up with complaints, Kleenex took the commercial.
Wait. What? That's weird. Oh, not this one. Not this one. I hate ads.
Probably just looking for some way to explain it. Number 10. There is nothing.
Oh god. That's scary.
Turn this down a little bit. It's 150 when it's loud.
This is possibly one of the most scary videos on the list, depending on your own personal tastes. We see some
No,
young
wait.
girl, or possibly doll, sitting at a dinner room table.
Okay,
A
now
bull
start
sits in
thinking
front of her.
again.
No,
and there's a
I've already
fire
seen this.
behind her through the window. Her stare is so strong and creepy that you almost can't look at her while she stares straight into your soul. The first time she speaks,
He's staring
you
at
can't
you,
really
Eric.
make out what she says. The camera zooms out and she drops her face into the bowl. When she picks her head back up to speak again, she clearly says, "There is nothing."
Gosh. What? Okay, no, that video is too long.
Okay, let's get this one.
Yeah.
The video is created by filmmaker and artist David pretty average looking guy having a seat in front of a dark gray background. He doesn't say much at first. He just starts taking his clothes off and bathing himself in clay, which he paints over and layers on multiple times. He does begin saying things later in the video in a seemingly exhausted voice. He also makes disturbing noises. As he layers on the clay and paint and cuts eye holes and a mouth opening for himself, things become pretty disturbing. As the video goes on, things honestly just get worse and worse. There's almost a sense of panic created as you question what is going on and what terrible thing is going to happen next. The video was at one point associated with the creepypasta titled Gateway of the Mind, a story that explains how a group of scientists cut off all of a man's senses, after which he essentially loses his mind. This video doesn't really match up well with that creepypasta though, considering the different time periods and general lack of similarity. The shocking video is actually an art project of the man mentioned in the title, a message titled Special Presentation. It continues on with clips of heads and grayscale and more disturbing and personal messages.
Rolling an E. That's Illuminati right there, man. 333. We will see such pretty things. Oh, Lord! Why do you hate? Because the haters gonna hate. Oh, God! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Number 7.
Oh, okay.
My dead great-grandma's coffin in my own backyard.
Oh,
There's
okay.
not much to be said about this video that can't be seen. To summarize things, this man posts a video explaining that his great-grandmother's burial site could no longer keep up with the grounds work for her casket. This man, being the only living relative, offers to take the casket off their hands. Since he doesn't have anywhere else to put it, he just holds the casket in his backyard. Everything seems pretty reasonable, and although it's not something most of us would do, it does seem to make more sense than what follows. The man goes on to open the casket and give a full view of the corpse. He also leans in to peck his great-grandma on the lips. Actually, he does more than peck her on the lips. He kisses her old decayed corpse multiple times. Number 6. KFC car
Okay, that was
commercial.
freaky.
This is probably one of the most popular jump scare videos ever. It's been viewed about 3 million times on most of the channels that have uploaded it. On that same note, it has been uploaded by numerous channels and to numerous pages, not to mention all the reaction videos that are circulating out there. Well, the video itself is pretty terrifying. It's nothing more than a well-played ad. It features a beautiful scenic view of a car
You're gonna see
traveling
us jump,
through a
guys.
very
I'm sorry.
bountiful
It's
setting.
gonna happen.
I'm
Everything seems all nice and calm until as gruesome and
You
shocking
know what's weird is like,
ghost
if I get
pops
too
out of
scared, I
nowhere,
actually get like the shivers and I get
close to the
goosebumps.
camera,
Does that happen
and
to you?
scares the living shit out of whoever is
Oh!
watching.
Oh! Holy
That has
crap!
seen the video thousands of times.
Cof- Wait, that was a coffee
Gets
commercial
them
for Germany?
After the ghost
Oh.
exits the
Wir hat
screen,
einen Kaffee
a
an
message
das
displays in
Deutschland.
German that
Was war
translates
du noch
roughly
nie?
to, "You've never been so awake." This
So
is
that
to
must
stimulate the effect that is generated
Coffee
from
in
the
Holland
company's
also.
energy drink.
Oh!
Number
To
5,
scare us.
Pretty Woman. This video is just of a man lip-syncing along to the popular song Pretty Woman. Although he's pretty creepy,
Do you know that?
it doesn't seem
It's a
that
good
bad.
song.
It's just a weird old man
you
singing
reading
to a
the lips?
song in a way that makes you feel pretty uncomfortable.
No, it's you can obviously see what he's
The
saying.
backstory can change the feel
He
of
looks
this
like Albert
video
Einstein.
entirely. The singer's real name is Edward Muscare,
I don't know if
and
you
he's
can see him.
actually a real-life registered sex offender. So that instinct of being slightly violated while watching this video was actually very plausible. As part of his probation, Muscare was not allowed to use the internet, and after this video, he was put back in jail for
So
5
like Albert
years,
Einstein?
where he died from lung cancer. Just a friendly reminder to always go with your gut feeling about creepy ether. Maybe that's what makes this video so scary. Watching the diver delve deeper and deeper into the ocean, all while hearing him suffocate, creates a form of sympathetic panic. This particular diver was doing a bounce dive, a form of diving where you sink to the bottom and use the sea floor to bounce up. This was being done in a place called the Blue Hole in Dahab, Egypt, which is very well known for killing inexperienced divers. His death was caused by a series of mistakes. He was diving using AIR, a form of tanked oxygen that is 78% nitrogen, which becomes intoxicating at low pressures. It should never be used below 190 feet
Put it like
because of
put
the oxygen
it X in it with the nails.
toxicity, and is
That's
rarely
supposed to
used
make it
below
go smooth.
130 feet anyways. By 90 feet into the water, the diver was number 3.
Party
Girl
makeup
goes
by
psycho
Nikki.
during makeup tutorials.
Oh!
One of
Oh!
YouTube's most viewed categories is tutorials. People from all over the web flock
My
to
friend
get
just showed this to me.
information
Who
on
showed this
how
to me? It's
change
fine.
a
It's not
light
scary.
bulb, and
just
especially
showed this
on
to
how
me?
to apply makeup. So when this video popped up in 2014, it's just a young woman sitting in front of a camera explaining a makeup
Who showed this to
process.
me?
Although the left half of the screen does lead to a few questions, nothing could prepare you for when she begins beating her head onto the table.
So we're gonna just start here.
That's so I can't see the left side of the screen.
It's a truly gory scene, and you're
No,
left
it's real.
wondering what the hell
No, it's
happened.
not.
She just seemed to have snapped at some point. Buzz began immediately over this video. The description of the tutorial read, "This video was sent to me anonymously. I do not have any information beyond that. It is for you to decide on your own whether it is real or fake."
Fake.
After some
I think it's real.
investigation, and thanks to tweets from the actress, Nakaya Seacrest, it wasn't long before the truth came out. This was a promo video made for a film the uploader was creating. You can check it out at the15experience.com.
So it's fake.
Stay safe.
Number
Okay, it
2,
was fake.
Paris
Put this on
Catacombs
YouTube, it's
Lost
real.
Footage. The Paris Catacombs,
Oh
popular and
my
terrifying
God,
sight
not this
found
video.
beneath the streets of Paris,
She could
France,
have been
that is
going
pretty
wrong.
ancient. It's an underground system that has also been seen as a cemetery, as it is filled with millions of
Oh
human
yeah, I heard about
remains.
this.
The location is allegedly cursed. It is illegal to enter, and the Paris government has shut down every entrance that has been found. This video usually only can be found in the form of an excerpt from a documentary. It is footage of a man exploring the catacombs before strange and horrifying things happen. In the video, we see things from a first-person point of view as the man navigates through the catacombs. He shows arrows painted on the ground, symbols and human-like figures painted on the walls, and entire rooms filled with bones. The man begins to pick up speed and run faster and faster, with less and less purpose. He seems to be running
I've
from
already seen this
something,
video.
with
I'll
no
let you-
idea
I'll let
where
you
he's
watch it.
actually going. It's likely, however, he was just in a state of panic. The camera eventually stops abruptly, and when it begins filming again, it is laying on its side, and we actually see a splash of water and hear the man panic. And all of a sudden, this location is already as scary as it gets, especially for those that are claustrophobic. Not to mention that the tunnels stretch for about 400 miles, and most of the
400
passengers
miles? Are you
lower
joking?
levels, meaning it's very easy to get lost. This man was never found. Number 1, Shay St.
Okay. Hey, for the viewers, we have to watch this. Come on.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Come on. Don't be a puss. Come on, don't be a puss.
Nobody's gonna watch this. Like 9 people, like barely.
Come on. Hey, if you get scared, just look at the guy moving his lawn.
Found.
Really.
Number 1,
Oh. Just look.
Shay St. John Hand Thing. This truly disturbing video comes from an entire channel dedicated to the main character featured. In this video, we are greeted with someone at the front door who appears to be wearing a blonde wig and part of a latex mask. The character asks another,
Shay, are you still doing that hand thing? I heard you're doing the hand thing today.
Okay.
God, what is that?
The camera then shows a person wearing something very similar, doing some strange hand thing with fake wooden arms. The hand thing isn't entirely freaky on its own, but this character in general is really disturbing and confusing. Plus, the wooden hands being used adds an extra dash of fear. This is one of many truly frightening videos from a character named Shay St. John, and there's even a website dedicated to her. Yes, her. The page dedicated to her is located at shaystjohn.net and isn't really much help to figuring out the gist of everything. However, it does help to build this air of confusion and a mentally ill individual. The page is packed full of unexplainable and terrifying.
Alright, that's
Okay,
enough.
I didn't look on the one with the Paris.
Okay, that was actually pretty creepy, but,
what do you think was the most freaky?
What was
I
that?
think,
Number 14, and
I'd have to go back and see.
I think it was probably that one where she was on YouTube and then turned into like.
I didn't know.
Oh
like
yeah,
that
when
one.
she smashed.
And she
it.
just goes, BAM! BAM! And just like smashes her face wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that maybe.
Well, I'm gonna end the video off here, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe and comment down below what we should do.